Dobrodošli na naš brezplačni klic oziroma naš brezplačni Zoominar z dr. Andrewom Gardello. Današnja tema je ESSE, energetska sinteza strukturnega utelešenja. Jaz sem ena izmed gostiteljic Marja, z nami je tudi naša čudovita prevajalka Aleksandra, ki bo prevajala dr. Gardello v živo oziroma konsekventno. Če imate kakršnakoli vprašanja, lahko samo, trenutno ste vsi utišani, če pa imate kakršnakoli vprašanja, lahko pritisnete na spodnjem levem kotu, imate mali mikrofonček, ki je sedaj prečrtan. Če želite vprašati vprašanje, samo pritisnete in boste lahko glasni, boste lahko vprašali vprašanje in govorili. Imate pa tudi možnost, da dvignete roko. To pa je nekje trenutno, ne vidim. V glavnem mislim, da bo najlažje, če...
Jaz vem.
Povej.
Greste tam, kjer imate more, kliknete more in piše raise hand. In pol naredite tako. Did I raise my hand? Aha.
Yes, you did. Pri vašem imenu, se pravi, Aleksandra govori na vaši skrajni desni strani, oziroma če pritisnete manage participants, se pravi, tam, ko so človečki, pa se vam bo na desni strani pojavili vsi udeleženci in potem vaše ime poiščete in zraven imate 3 pikice pri svojem imenu ali more, oziroma more piše in tam lahko dvignete roko, če želite ali spustite. Mislim pa, da bo najlažje, da samo vprašate vprašanje. Mislim, da je najmanj komplikacij. Tako da še enkrat dobrodošli na naš brezplačni Zoominar. Medve z Aleksandrom smo se že predstavili, sedaj pa dajemo oder oziroma priložnost našemu častnemu gostu, dr. Andrew Gardella. Here you go. The floor is yours, Andrew.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to fix this. Like cut off the top of my head. Like the chair in this hotel room, it doesn't go down. It's like one setting. Do you know that?
Andrew pravi, da stol v tej hotelski sobi ima samo eno nastavitev in ne gre dol. Tako da to je zelo neprijetno znabitno.
Like keep looking for the lever and there isn't one to like recline it. So it's just like I have to deal with it. It's not at a good height.
Iz navade skuša najti tisti hakalček, da bi šel navzdol in ne gre.
Ročka ne deluje.
So ESSE stands for Energetic Synthesis of Structural Embodiment.
Torej, ESSE stoji za energijsko sintezo strukturnega utelešanja.
And the class so much isn't about because we'll show techniques, like ways to work with the body.
Na seminarju bomo pokazali tehnike oziroma načine, kako delati na telesu.
But these techniques you could learn, like I learned some of these in chiropractic school. If you went to like a massage seminar or like a myofascial release or something to do with the fascia, you might learn these techniques there too.
Te tehnike se če ne lahko naučite, recimo Andrew je doktor kiropraktike, tako da je učil tega tam, če ste mogoče bili na kakšnem seminarju iz masaže ali pa ste delali masažno šolo ali pa iz tehnike miofascialnega sproščanja, lahko v bistvu en del te tehnike že poznate.
And so it's not the techniques that might be different or that are new, but it's about using these access tools, using question and looking at the energy that you can be to change the structure of the body.
Torej, niso te tehnike tiste, katere so novost, ampak so ESSE-ova orodja in energije, katere ste lahko, da spreminjate strukturo telesa.
And there's so many times when you work with people or when I worked on people that, well, like in chiropractic school, the stuff just didn't change, but what kept it from changing?
In veliko krat, ko sem delal recimo na šoli kiropraktike, stvari niso spremenile. Torej, kaj je to, kar bi jih lahko spremenilo?
You know, is it something that you, is it on you, the practitioner? Maybe you didn't deliver as good as you were supposed to, like you didn't know the techniques as well. You didn't have the skill set that would actually change it. Or was it actually that the person wasn't willing to change it. There was something that was keeping it in place.
Ali je bilo to na vas, dejansko na tistemu, ki prakticira to, da vi niste znali dostaviti pravilne tehnike ali pa niste uporabili pravilnega prijema, ali je bilo to mogoče od te osebe, na kateri ste izvajali, da oni niso bili voljni spremeniti določenih stvari.
And in Access, we talk about your point of view creates your reality.
In v Accessu govorimo o tem, da vaše stališče ustvarja vašo realnost.
So if your point of view creates your reality, does that include your body?
Torej, če vaše stališče ustvarja vašo realnost, ali to vključuje vaše telo?
So what I found and what I see that I love about ESSE is there's so oftentimes we take a point of view and that affects our body.
Torej, kar sem jaz našel in kar jaz imam rad pri ESSE-ju, je to, da način, na katerega naša stališča impaktirajo telo, na telo.
So and that's what I think is great when we start working about ESSE is we use these Access tools and you're using them with like hands-on fascial work. So you're working with the fascia of the body or you're working with the soft tissues of the body and you're asking questions.
Torej, pri ESSE-ju delate na fascialnih tkivih telesa, se pravi tudi na mehkih tkivih telesa in spreminjate na ta način strukturo telesa.
So, can I ask you something, Andrew?
Torej, Andrew, lahko nekaj vprašam? Prosim, dej.
So, for example, you were talking about people that already know, like have been to chiropractic school or been massage therapists and stuff.
Torej, govoril si o ljudeh, ki že poznajo tehnike, recimo, ki so bili na šoli za chiropraktike ali na šoli za maserje.
And also maybe physical therapist.
In mogoče fizioterapeuti.
And they all know this in depth. Alexandra?
Ja, in vsi poznajo to.
And then there are some people that never, that are not used to doing this kind of body work or just...
In so ljudje, ki niso vajeni oziroma ne poznajo teh tehnik.
So how would you describe or say, talk about ESSE to them, for example?
Torej, kako bi govoril oziroma jim opisal ESSE tem ljudem?
So the new people, right?
The newbies,
Novim
yes.
ljudem.
Yes. So ESSE works with the fascial system of the body. Or the
torej, ESSE dela s fascialnim delom telesa, s povezovalnim tkivom.
So, and if you've never heard what fascia is, it's connective tissue, it's your tendons, it's your ligaments, and it surrounds, like, if, go ahead, translate that and I'll continue. Sorry.
V glavnem, če niste še slišali, kaj je to fascialno tkivo, to je povezovalno tkivo, ki povezuje vaše vezivno tkivo, tendons, sklepe, ovojnice, kite. Ja, kite.
Should I talk like this?
Tetive, kite.
You can! It's a puppet show.
I want to see if you translate that.
Okay, I got it. You can continue. Lahko nadaljuješ.
Wait, what were we talking about?
We were talking about...
I was talking about...
No, I'm joking.
What?
I was joking. So...
Say a hit. Okay.
Yeah. So the fascia is...
Torej, fascia je.
Yeah. So what the fascia does is it supports the weight of the body. And it's...
Fascia dejansko podpira težo telesa.
And it helps the body move through space.
In pomaga telesu, da se premika čez prostor.
But so many times we think it's like the skeletal system that like bears the weight of the body.
Ampak velikokrat mislimo, da je skelet v bistvu sistem, ki nosi težo telesa.
But that's not actually true.
Ampak to v resnici ni res.
Your body kind of works like a suspension bridge.
Vaše telo deluje kot suspenzijski most.
I should have prepared like slides and I could have went to them and I could have showed them on the screen. Actually, I'm going to do that.
Andrew bo zdaj pripravil slajde, se pravi, da boste lahko gledali čez to. What is it with my...
Can you share screen?
Yeah, I'm going to share screen.
Okay.
Picture.
Ok, Andrew bo zdaj pokazal slike tega.
Bum, bum, bum. I need a big
So, yeah, puppet show, yeah. So,
puppet show.
Puppet show? Igra z lutkami?
ja, ročne spretnosti z igro z lutkami. Ne, ima do sedaj še kdo kakšno vprašanje, koga kaj zanima v zvezi s tem, kar je že povedal, kar je že bilo povedano?
Oh, you have it disabled. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Ne more, v bistvu nam ne more pokazati, zato ker Marja je onesposobila to.
I don't think I did.
Misli, da ni.
Never.
Yeah,
So
okay.
anyway, we'll just so the suspension bridges they have concrete and steel. But they also have these cables.
Torej, suspenzijski mosti imajo beton in železo in tudi kable.
And so the cables are the equivalent of the fascial system.
Kabli so ekvivalent fascialnega sistema.
So if your body was like we're talking about it, you have this the concrete, which is kind of like your skeletal system.
Torej, vaše telo je, če gledamo zdaj, skelet je kot železo. Is that right?
Tukaj smo dobili, da je to viseči.
Sode, ja, sem videla, viseči most.
Viseči most, suspense, ja, se pravi, we're just discussing terminology, yeah.
Yes.
Well, you have a different word, but you have those kind of bridges, right? Yeah.
Imate te moste, ne?
No.
Think like the Golden Gate Bridge. That's a suspension bridge. I was trying to get a picture of it.
Golden Gate most je v San Franciscu in ne vem, če je prevod za to. Zato, ker je
But anyways, it's not really important. But the point is, the cables of those bridges actually keep it upright. They bear the weight of the bridge, and they allow the bridge to be flexible, to move.
Torej, ti kabli dejansko dopustijo, da je ta most fleksibilen in da se premika.
And so that's the same way the fascial system is for your body. It has this tension with it, and the tension keeps your body, changes your body, or allows your body to move, but it also gives it like this flexibility.
Torej, ta tenzija drži težo vašega telesa in mu obenem dopušča, da se premika.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you like? What would you say something about the class? How does okay?
Bi povedal še kaj o seminarju?
How does the class look like? What does it consist like? What can we so we get a point, or we get a picture, or we get image of what it is for us that have never been there.
Okay, na kakšen način bi nam lahko orisal seminar tistim, ki nismo še nikoli bili na njem?
So the class is 2 days.
Torej, seminar traja 2 dni.
And you spend 2 days touching bodies.
Preživite 2 dni, da se dotikate teles.
And learning to be this energy of ESSE and learning to touch bodies.
In se učite
while you're working on it.
In se učite dotikati teles in biti ta energija ESSE-ja in tudi postavljati vprašanja.
And because there's so many times, the best way I can describe it is with ESSE. Do you know how have you ever tried to pull weeds out and you just yank it out really quickly?
Aha, zdaj sem na najlažji način opišem, je tako, če imate recimo nek plevel, ne, in skušate pol dejansko iztrgati plevel.
Na hitro.
Yes. Na hitro.
So when you do that, do you get like all the roots of the weed underneath it? or does it just pull out the green, like the top of it?
Torej, če naredite to na hitro, potegnete celo korenino ven ali samo zgornji del?
But if you gently just tug on it and pull to tension, but you don't try and rip it out, all of a sudden, go ahead.
Če to naredite nežno in potegnete dejansko z občutkom, nekako po smeri te tenzije, je pol to precej drugače.
All of a sudden, like having that tension, the ground starts to shift and change, and all of a sudden, all the roots come out of, like all the roots of the weed come out too.
Ker se bo zaradi te tenzije se bojo začela dejansko tudi poleg tla, zemlja se bo začela premikati in bojo prišle vse korenine ven.
But it came out because you just had this constant tension or like tug on the weed, and then you allowed that to change.
In zato, ker ste imeli skozi nek ta dejansko pritisk, ta povlek na plevelu, je to dopustilo pol, da se spremeni in da pride ven, seveda.
Well, that was a nice analogy. It made sense to me.
To je bila zelo lepa analogija in je bila zelo smiselna zame.
Well, especially with the body, like this tugging, like by force or quickly, to like instead of that, you do it like with you know, how did you describe it?
Torej, tako kot s telesom, če narediš to na hitro, pač ni nekega takega rezultata, je precej drugače, če s postopnim pritiskom naredelaš spremembo. Did I get it right? What you...
Yes.
Kar si povedala? Okay.
Yeah, and so one of the best ways I can describe it is like if you have like the fascial system is a bunch of strings.
Fascialni sistem je dejansko del kup nitk.
So it's like if it's all tangled up like this, what we're doing in essence,
če je zabozlano tako,
is we're like gently pulling it apart to like lengthen it and to undo the knots.
In nežno vlečemo to narazen, da dejansko odblokiramo to in razrahljamo knots? No, vozle, yes. Razrahljamo vozle.
So, and so you can, you know, like when you have it like this and you just yank it like that, sometimes it doesn't really feel good.
Če recimo, če imate tako zapentljano in kar naenkrat povlečete ven, doskrat ne naredimo lih dobrega rezultata s tem.
But if you just gently like pull, like if we just gently tug on it to the degree that the person like can stand or to the body is willing, and then you do it just gently, all of a sudden it goes out.
Ampak če nežno začnete vleči, dokler telo to dopušča, dokler oseba to dopušča, se dejansko pol lahko razvleče do konca ven.
So there's a special technique.
Torej je posebna tehnika?
No, I mean, kind of. I mean, you learn some, like that's what we do in the class too, is just learning how to create this connection with the body and work with the system.
Na seminarju dejansko se učimo, kako ustvariti to povezavo s telesom med tem, ko delamo na fascialnem sistemu.
Mm-hmm. And in your video, you also, and in the description, you also mentioned that the fascial system responds to questions. Can you say more about that?
In v videu si razložil, da se fascialni sistem odziva na vprašanja. Lahko poveš kaj več o temu?
Well, it's like all of your body responds to a question. Did you ever notice that?
Celo vaše telo se odziva na vprašanje, ste opazili to?
I mean, if like the people that are on access consciousness realize like the point of question is to empower.
Tisti ljudje, recimo, ki delajo access consciousness, ki so v access consciousnessu, se zavedajo, da je smisel vprašanja ta, da opolnomoča.
So the point is really asking questions of the body to see what it requires, what it desires, and
Torej, smiselno je spraševati telo vprašanja, da sploh začnete ugotavljati, kaj si želi, kaj potrebuje.
because there's so oftentimes like what we do with bodies is we look at the structure of it and say, okay, this needs to change, this needs to change, and this needs to change.
Ker veliko krat pogledamo na telo zgolj na strukturo telesa in pol rečem, ok, to se mora spremeniti, in to se mora spremeniti, in to se mora spremeniti.
But it's never a question. It's just you decide, well, this looks like this, and this looks like this, and this is higher than, and this is lower. So we need to change all this.
Ker ni to dejansko vprašanje, so bolj kot ukazi, da rečete, ok, to mi ni všeč, to se mora spremeniti, to mora biti više, to mora biti niže, na tak način.
But bodies don't work in this linear kind of puzzle piece way of like, okay, we can move this up and that fixes everything.
Naše telo ne funkcionira in ne deluje tako linearno, da recimo, ok, če uporabiš to, bo pol tle na tak način se odprlo in tako naprej.
And so you can ask questions, and that's what we do in the class. It's like, okay, well, would you like this to change, body?
Torej, in zato so tukaj vprašanja in na seminarju vprašamo, ok, telo, a bi rado, da se to tukaj spremeni?
Like one example, I was showing a demo in class today.
Na primer, danes sem kazal demo.
Demonstracijo.
Ok, demonstracijo tega na seminarju.
And the lady, I was like, what's up? What's going on?
In sem vprašal pač to gospo, ok, kaj pa je, kaj se dogaja?
And she was talking about, I have a lot of pain across my shoulders.
In je govorila, da ful me nekaj boli okoli ramen.
And earlier in the day, she was talking about too how she had a C-section scar.
In bolj zgodaj v dnevu je govorila o tem, kako ima dejansko rano od carskega reza.
Brazgotino.
Thank you, Marja.
You're welcome.
So, and these scars so she was like, she obviously wanted me to work on her shoulders because that's what was bothering her and that's like where it was. But I was actually...
Torej, očitno je hotela, da delam na njenem ramenu, ker jo je pač tam bolelo.
But we have this tool in Access called What's Light is True and What's Heavy is a Lot.
Imamo to orodje v Accessu, ki se imenuje Kar je resnično, je lahkotno in kjer je prisotna teža, je to laž.
So what light has this space to it, it has possibility, it has a sense of peace, it has some relaxation, it's light.
Torej, lahkotnost ima nek občutek miru, relaksacije, možnosti, je lahkotno.
And then what's heavy has this, I guess it's heaviness. It's like it's like you're not happy about it. You're cranky. It just has this stuckness to it. Like the energy doesn't move.
In ko je prisotna teža, dejansko imate občutek neke take zataknjenosti, težko je, tako je.
Yeah. So when looking at that, I'm like, okay, I'm talking like I just in my head or like as I'm working, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, okay, well, I could start on her back and work, but what does that really create? Does that give a sense of lightness with the body or does that create heaviness?
In ko sem začel delati na njej, sem si rekel tako v glavi, ok, če začnem delati na njenem ramenu, kaj to ustvari? Bolj občutek teže ali lahkotnosti?
So, and it was really, I was drawn to work and I was like following the energy and looking at what was light, and it was light to work around the C-section scar.
In ko sem sledil energiji, je dejansko bilo bolj lahkotno, da sem začel delati okoli brazgotine, ki je nastala po carskem rezu.
So as I started working on the C-section scar and the tissue started to change and her body started to release and relax.
Torej, ko sem začel delati na tej brazgotini, se je tkivo začelo spreminjati in njeno telo je začelo se sproščati in opuščati. stvari.
Like all of a sudden she like rolled over and I was able to work on her shoulders and her back.
Ker kar naenkrat se je obrnila čez in takrat sem lahko pol delal na njenem vratu in na njenem hrbtu in na njenih ramenih.
And from my point of view, I like looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so smart. It makes sense actually what's going on.
In iz mojega stališča je bilo, moj bog, to je tako pametno, dejansko je zelo smiselno, kar se dogaja.
Yeah. So just listening to the body, because if you have the C-section scar, so like scars create they can be tight, they can cause the tissue to contract, or it doesn't have the length that it used to have.
Torej, ko pride do brazgotin, kar povzroči je to, da se tkivo tako potegne skupaj, pride do kontrakcije in nima več tega razmaka in te fleksibilnosti.
So if you have like a big scar across like your lower abdomen, that kind of pulls the tissue down. So your shoulders would, like your whole back would lean forward, right?
Torej, če imate recimo veliko brazgotino v spodnjem delu trebuha, to potegne tkivo tako skupaj, da se dejansko nagnete pol naprej.
And then your shoulders would come forward.
In potem vaša ramena pridejo naprej.
And what does it create when your shoulders come forward? All of a sudden the muscles on your back get stretched.
In kaj se zgodi, ko se vaša ramena premaknejo naprej? Kar naenkrat se mišice na vašem hrbtu raztegnejo.
So after that release, all of a sudden there's more space here and she could be upright and the shoulders started to relax and we could undo more of the stuff that was creating the pain and discomfort in her shoulders.
Torej, ko smo dejansko delali na brazgotini spredi, kar se je zgodilo je, da se je njen sprednji del se začel dejansko odpirati in potem so se njene rame sprostile in potem smo lahko delali še na njenem hrbtu. It's like a comedy show here.
Yeah, I know. We're just monkeys.
Andrew pravi, da smo opice, ne? Yeah, that's what we are.
We came from monkeys.
But so often when we look at like working with bodies or what like normal things, you're like, if your shoulder hurts, you wouldn't work on this like your abs.
Ampak tako ponavadi, ko začnemo delati na telesu, če te boli rama, ni prva misel, ki vam pride v glavo, da bi delali na trebušnih mišicah.
But that's what actually the body required. And when you ask a question or you start looking at the body as the whole body instead of like these pieces and parts.
Ampak to v tem primeru je bilo to, kar je telo potrebovalo in ko začnete gledati na tak način na telo kot na celoto in ne zgolj na majhne delčke in dele.
Then this is what kind of, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways.
Ne vem, kam sem šel s tem, no kakorkoli že.
So we have a question from a participant.
Imamo vprašanje od udeleženke.
So Sanja is asking, what about stretch marks?
Sanja sprašuje, kaj pa strije?
Well, all this stuff is just the body's not functioning properly in a way, right?
Vse te stvari so dejansko, da ker telo ne funkcionira na pravilen način.
So the tissue gets stretched out and then it can't really return to what it was before.
Ko se tkivo raztegne in se potem ne more upovrniti v tisto, kar je bilo prej.
So we've had people like do work with the fascial system and do this, just even with fascial work, not ESSE, that they've had work, you've worked with the body and it's changed.
Torej, imeli smo ljudi, ki so delali zgolj fascialno delo, niti ne ESSE, ki so delali na tem, se je potem spremenilo.
And the whole, like, the point of view with ESSE isn't really like, okay, it works with this and it works like this. It's more asking the body a question like, okay, body, what would you like? Is this something you're interested in? And where can, like, I put my hands, where can I work that creates a change for you? Like an overall greater change, you know, not just like working on this one little problem that we have.
Torej, ko vprašamo, par ESSE je tako, da ne greš direkt v to, ampak je point v temu, da postavljaš vprašanja in vprašaš telo, če delamo zdaj na tem, kaj bi to lahko ustvarilo. In what else? Še kaj pomembnega sem pozabila, Marja?
Zgubili ste me. Tukaj je že šlo tudi informacij mimo.
No, v glavnem point ESSE-ja, bistvo ESSE-ja je v tem, da postavljate vprašanja in da povabite nekako v telo v dialog z vami. Got it.
Okay, so can we ask another question, or you?
Go for it.
Lahko vprašamo še eno vprašanje, ja.
So we have two more questions from different participants. So Sanja,
še dve vprašanje.
Sanja, she's the other host. She is asking about the difference. Actually, I was also wondering about this. About the difference between the body processes and ESSE. What is that? Like, can you talk about that more, please?
Torej, a lahko govoriš malo več o razliki med telesnimi procesi in ESSE-jem?
So the body processes, they're just hands-on, but we're just putting the hands on different parts of the body and asking an energy to run or to activate, or doing something that is the body and accessing an energy.
Torej, pri telesnih procesih se gre za to, da so hands-on, se pravi s polaganjem rok, polagate roke na različne dele telesa in zaganjate energijo oziroma pokličete energije in da dopustite telesu, da dostopi do energij, ki so mu na voljo.
With ESSE, though, we have this energetic part of it where we're asking this energy to run or activating this energy with the body or being this energy with the body.
Pri ESSE-ju imamo tudi v bistvu delamo z energijami, ko vprašate to energijo, da naj se zažene, ko ste ta energija s telesom.
And we're also doing, like I was talking about with the root, we have this tension that we're creating too with the body.
In imamo pa tudi to dejansko napetost, ki jo ustvarjate s telesom, ko delate na telesu. To v bistvu je upor, tension.
Tenzija tudi lahko uporabiš, ker je se uporablja strokovno.
Sej vem, ja.
We can do a demo of this too, because it will, like, we can kind of guide you through like a little demo that they can do on themselves, so they can kind of get the energy of this, because that will probably alleviate some of the questions they have about it.
Torej, lahko vas vodim skozi malo demonstracijo, dejansko da dobite občutek, kako delati s to tenzijo, v bistvu, s telesom.
Pa na sebi, ne?
Na sebi, ja.
So what we're talking about is, I just take one of your fingers, pick a finger.
Dajte vzeti en prst, katerikoli prst.
And what you want to do is just gently, like I was saying, if we're pulling a weed out, so you pull on it a little bit. You don't want to yank on it. We're not like yanking on it.
Torej, kot sem prej rekel, ko sem govoril o plevelu, rahlo potegnete prst ven, ne ga povlečete, rahlo ga potegnete. Kako dela on zdaj?
So gently just pick a finger, whichever one, and just pull on it slightly.
Dejte zbrati katerikoli prst si želite in dejte rahlo potegniti.
Just pulling or like maybe circular, like smooth?
Samo vlečeš ali tudi cirkuliraš?
No, you can just pull on it right now.
Ne, zdaj lahko samo potegnete. Rahlo potegnete.
And we're going to hold this for like a minute or 2 minutes.
In to bomo držali kakšno minuto, 2.
So or maybe longer.
Ali mogoče dlje.
So, and then as you start holding it and as you start just gently tugging on it and asking the space of the body, like the space to increase.
In potem, ko začnete rahlo, ko ga držite in rahlo vlečete, lahko začnete spraševati, da se prostor telesa poveča.
And you guys might notice that your body starts to relax, or something starts going on with your hand and your finger.
In mogoče lahko začnete opažati, da se boste začeli sproščati, ali pa da se nekaj dogaja z vašim prstom ali z vašo roko.
Or you might sense something going even on in your wrist or your elbow or your shoulder.
Ali pa lahko začutite, da se nekaj dogaja v vašem zapestju ali komolcu ali rami.
And just, do you guys notice how your body all are just like, oh, like, this feels good.
Ste opazili, kako so vaša telesa? To se čuti dobro.
And like now you might see that there's more space open up, so you can like pull it out a little bit more, or maybe like you were saying, you want to turn your finger like one way or the other way.
In zdaj mogoče boste začeli zaznavati, da se je ustvarilo že več prostora, zato lahko povlečete še malo ven, ali pa kot si prej omenila, lahko začnete premikati malo bolj v eno stran ali v drugo stran.
You know, if we're like pulling apart, like we have all these little restrictions or these adhesions where the fascia gets stuck together and it's not moving freely.
Imamo vse te dejansko neke restrikcije in male blokade fascije, ki se pol ne premika več.
So it's as you're pulling apart all the you know, you're pulling so the string starts to lengthen, or all these strings start to separate, like the knots break up.
Torej, ko začnete vleči, se začnejo pol vse to vezje se začne podaljševati in kot recimo, ko se tudi vaši vozlički začnejo odvozlavati. Which is the right word in Sloveniji? Ko se začnejo, ko se odvozlajo? Vaši vozlički se odvozlajo. Sej veste, o čemu govorim, ne?
But you said strengthen too, or did I hear you right?
Lengthen.
What?
Da se podaljša.
Lengthen. Oh, lengthen. I thought you said strengthen. Okay.
And so if you guys are doing this and still holding it, you might notice, like, since I've been pulling on it, all of a sudden there's like, I have this pulse going on in my like wrist over here, or like on my hand, and then also in my like forearm, like in here. So from just doing this, all of a sudden I'm noticing, well, something's changing here and something's changing here.
Torej, zdaj, ko sem recimo vlekel en prst, sem kar naenkrat začel zaznavati, da mi pulzira na zapestju in potem mi pulzira še malo bolj dol in lahko opazite, da zgolj iz tega enega povleka dejansko pol efektirate tudi druge dele telesa, vsaj roke.
And that's what we spend the 2 days in the ESSE class playing with, is all these different ways of doing this, because maybe like it works really good to tug on something for your finger, but you know, like you can't really tug on a person's rib cage, or you can't tug on their back.
In v bistvu to tako preživimo 2 dni na ESSE klasu, ker lahko se občuti dobro in lahko vlečete dejansko prst, ampak ne morete pol vleči prstnega koša na koga. Na tak način.
Another way of talking about this that you can do is if you find like we can do another like little demonstration.
Lahko naredimo še eno malo demonstracijo.
So find like maybe a spot on your body that is like tender or has pain, or it doesn't feel as good as you would like. Like you notice like it's knotted or
Dejte najti eno točko na telesu, ki ali vas kaj boli, ali pa se zgolj ne čuti tako, kot veste, da bi lahko se občutila.
So just put one of your hand on that, or your fingertips, and gently press into it to the point. Okay.
In dejte pol roko na to, ali pa samo vaše prste in nežno pritisnete na to točko.
So you can just put your fingers on it and lightly press into it. You don't have to press into it really hard. Just lightly press into it until you kind of get a sense that you come up against a barrier. Or like a resistance.
Torej, nežno dejte pritisniti na to točko, nežno, nemočno, in dejte pritiskati na to točko, dokler ne zaznate, da ste prišli do neke bariere ali do nekega upora.
And you can kind of just hang out there, like we talked about.
In pol ostanete malo časa tam, tako kot smo se pogovarjali.
Because the other thing is we expect the body to change instantly.
Ker druga stvar je, da dejansko pričakujemo od telesa, da se spremeni takoj.
But sometimes it needs a little bit of time.
Ampak kdaj potrebuje malo časa.
So if you just stay there and you're being present with it and you're using your touch and just staying there,
Torej, če ostanete tam in ste prisotni s to točko z uporabo vašega dotika,
the body can start to change and the tissue can unwind and relax.
se telo lahko začne spreminjati in tkivo se dejansko začne odvijati in sproščati.
Because so many times it's like if someone tries to force you to do something, do you do it or do you resist it?
Ker velikokrat, če vas nekdo prisili, da naredite nekaj, ali to naredite, ali se upirate temu.
You resist it.
Se upirate.
So the body is like the same way. If you what's the difference? Like, oh, well, with your touch, you can be nice and gentle and be like, hi, would you like to change this? Maybe there's another way you could do this?
Ker telo dejansko deluje na isti način, tako kot z vašim dotikom. Če se dotaknete nežno in narahlo in rečeš, ok, hej, a bi lahko si to spremenili?
But if you go at it like, this is changing, go away, pain, I hate you.
Če pa greste v bistvu na tak način, pojdi stran bolečina, sovražim te.
Like the energy between those two is really different.
Energija med tema dvema je precej drugačna.
One has this space and this sense of relaxation and this peace.
Ena ima ta prostor in ta občutek relaksacije in mir.
And the other is just, you're looking to force it to change because it needs to change because you decided it needs to change.
In v drugo pa forsirate spremembo zato, ker ste se odločili, da se mora spremeniti.
But is that really honoring of the body?
Ampak je to resnično spoštljivo in spoštovanje vašega telesa?
If it doesn't work on you, do you think it's going to work on your body?
Če ne deluje na vas, mislite, da bo delovalo na vašem telesu?
So actually this is talking to a body as if it were your partner, for example, or...
Torej, v bistvu to je tako, kot da bi govoril s telesom, kot da je tvoj partner, na primer.
Or it's interesting how you explain this. It totally turns your point of view about bodies totally like around, like it flips it on its head.
Yes.
Je zanimivo, kako si to opisal, ker dejansko prav obrne stališče, ki si ga imel do zdaj o svojem telesu popolnoma na glavo.
But it's like if you've ever worked on animals or try and touch animals, if you come with this energy of like what we're talking about, of this force and this thing, do the animals just walk away?
Če ste kdaj delali na živalih in da ste prišli s tako energijo do živali, ste s silo, ali je žival pač zgolj odkorakala stran?
They actually run away.
Yeah, they actually run away.
Pobegnejo stran.
But if you come up to it and go, oh, cute little dog, come here, like you start petting it and you're really kind and nurturing, it's like, ah.
Ampak, če pridete pa zraven živali in da ste zelo prijazni z njo in da jo začnete božati in jo negovati, pol naredi to, kar je naredil Andrew. They are my acting skills.
But it's like, so, and you all know, like you've petted dogs or cats or something where they're just like, okay, that's good. Now can you move to here? Like there's this spot over here that I want you to touch. And there's this spot over here.
So they're leading you.
Če ste imeli domačo žival, psa ali pa mačko recimo, vas vodijo, ne? Ok, dajme si potika tukaj, pa tukaj, pa tukaj, ok, še pa tukaj in tukaj. Getting there.
And it's so often with our body, that doesn't happen because like your body can't leave.
Ampak z vašim telesom se pa to pogosto ne zgodi, zato ker pač vaše telo ne more iti stran.
Like your body's stuck with you and you're like, don't move, body, just take it.
Ker vaše telo je zataknjeno z vami in mu pravi, ok, ne more iti in pač, dej, vzemi zdaj to.
And then if your body does move, if it does react to this touch that isn't kind, isn't nurturing, that it doesn't like, then you go, oh my God, what happened? What's wrong with me? Why did my body do that?
In potem, ko vaše telo pa reagira na ta dotik, ker ni prijazen, ni negovalen, potem greš v to, ok, kaj se je zgodilo, kaj sem zdaj naredil narobe?
Can I? So actually, that's interesting. So this is how, or not how, but this is the difference between ESSE and other approaches that are usual, that are, for example, physical therapy or different modalities that include the body. But actually, when I say include, not really include, because they use it just as piece of meat that has to be changed.
Torej, to je pol razlika med ESSE-jem in drugimi modalitetami, zato ker večina drugih modalitet tretira telo kot kos mesa in to pol ne dopušča telesu, da se spremeni.
Yeah, what if your body is way more than a piece of meat?
Kaj, če je vaše telo veliko več kot kos mesa?
But if it's like, what if your body has the awareness of what it requires and desires to create the changes that it's asking for and that you're asking for?
In kaj, če ima vaše telo zavedanje, kaj si dejansko želi in potrebuje?
And what if whatever is going on with your body is just it communicating with you or trying to show you what the questions you are asking for or what you're asking to change?
In kaj, če je to, koli se dogaja z vašim telesom, dejansko način, na katerega vaše telo skuša komunicirati z vami?
Like, what if the pain that you're experiencing or the disease or dysfunction or whatever is going on in your body is just your body speaking up and giving you information?
Kaj, če so bolečine in disfunkcije in razne drugi problemi, ki jih mogoče izkušate s telesom, zgolj način, na katerega vam telo predaje informacije?
It's not this permanent, significant thing that you have to work really hard to change.
Ni ta trajna, pomembna stvar, na kateri morate delati non-stop, da spremenite to.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, Alexandra, like I worked on you in one of the tasters, right?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Ja, pač Andrew je delal na meni, ko sem bila v Londonu na tasterju, na intro večeru, ESSE-ja.
And was I doing a lot of work? Was I working really hard? Was I like using a lot of muscle strength?
A sem uporabljal veliko mišične moči? Like none. Tako nič neke fizične moči. Can I talk a little bit about this?
Yeah.
Alexandra,
Okay.
do you want me to translate while you're talking?
Oh yeah, you can.
Okay.
So basically what he did was he just kind of really gently cradled my
Head, occiput.
my head, my head, and like really feather touch.
Mm-hmm.
No force.
Se pravi, kaj je on dejansko delal z Aleksandro, je, da je njeno zatilje je lahno držal oziroma tako zibal oziroma nežno sem in tja zibal in je bil res lahen dotik, peresni dotik, sploh ni bilo nobene sile tu zraven prisotne.
And what started to occur was that my head started moving, like firstly in this direction, and it was not like what word to use? It was not like something that would be planned, let's say like this.
Se pravi, njena glava se je začela premikati in to ni bilo nekaj, kar bi bilo zrežirano ali pa planirano.
And it was quite weird, in a room full of people, like you're like, what the fuck?
Kasneje se je zdelo zelo čudno pred sobo polno ljudi, kaj za hudiča si je mislila.
But it was super relaxing and like super nice, really.
Ampak je bilo super prijetno in v bistvu sproščujoče.
Yeah. Relaxing.
Sproščujoče.
And so this is what like your body can do if you're just like willing to invite it to change and offer it to change and ask it what it would like to change.
In če ste voljni dejansko telo povabiti v spremembo, mu ponuditi spremembo in ga vprašati po spremembi, vam vaše telo pa lahko to ponudi.
A lot of the times when I know when I'm working really hard with the body or it's like a lot of work, I'm like, well, maybe I'm not in the right area. Body, is this where you would like me to work, or should I move somewhere?
Ker recimo, ko delam nekaj na tak težek način in trdo delam, bolj se velikokrat vprašam, a delam na pravem področju ali je boljše, da se nekam premaknem?
Because what I found is when I go to the areas that the body's really asking to change, it changes really easily.
Ker sem ugotovil, da takrat, ko delam na področjih, kjer telo resnično sprašuje po spremembi, so spremembe zelo lahkotne. My body got good excited right now.
Yeah.
Moje telo. To se zgodi, ko gre govora o ESSE-u.
This is also like what we see when people come to the class and they get a sense of like their body gets acknowledged in this way and it's allowed to move in the way it would like to versus the way we think it has to. All of a sudden you get really excited.
In ko dejansko, ko pridete na seminar, kar se zgodi je, da mogoče prvič v življenju je vaše telo priznano in ozaveščeno na tak način in to pol da telesu pol postane dejansko zelo vznemirjeno.
Pa dejansko se lahko premika na način, kakor se želi, ne na način, kot mu mi v to vsiljujemo na njih.
So it's moving, the body starts to move on the way it desires and not on the way that we kind of project it should move. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any more questions that I need to answer?
Še kakšno vprašanje?
There is a question, but I think we addressed it, but I'll still read it. What about the discus hernia? Hernia, like
it's hernia.
Hernia,
yeah.
like
Hernia of
in the
disc.
The disc.
Or no,
Yes.
herniated disc. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
not in the stomach.
Okay, yeah. This stuff, because a lot of what creates the herniated disc is your body has so much pressure and it doesn't know how to relieve it. So when we talk about adding space to the body, all of a sudden the pressure there that's pressing on the disc, it's relieved.
Torej, kar ustvari diskus hernijo je velikokrat pritisk, ki ga izvajamo oziroma ki je izvajano na telo. In ko ustvarjate več prostora, to posledično povzroči, da se ta pritisk sprosti.
And there's so is it possible that as when you touch there's this sensation of
Anxiety?
Like
ali je mogoče, da ko se dotakneš, da ti pol povzroči ta občutek stiske?
So it's like in Alexandra's case, right? We were working on her, but she was in a car accident, right? You got hit by a car.
Torej, v mojem primeru, ki je delal na meni, jaz sem imela izkušnjo prometne nesreče, me je dejansko zbil avto na pločniku.
So as I start working on her, she kind of had this sense of anxiety or this sense of shock or this like
more freeze, like it was like a lockdown.
You froze,
Torej, ko je začel delati na meni, sem imela ta občutek, kuda sem, nekaj je zaklenilo, tako sem bila zaklenjena.
So as we started working on her, this energy started coming up more and more where she was like, oh my God, I need to freeze, I need to protect myself.
Ja, in ko je delal na meni, dejansko je vedno bolj prihajal ven ta občutek, zdaj moram zamrzniti, zdaj se moram obvarovati.
And so these are the kind of things that ESSE starts to unwind, because we start to unwind the physical tissue, but also what's keeping this in place is the psychological point of view or the emotional stuff that's associated with it.
In to se pol začne nekako odvijati in sproščati, so ne samo fizična poškodba, ampak tudi vsa dejansko nekako psihična stališča, ki se zaklenejo v času travme.
And so often that's where access tools come in, where you can go, okay, so everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all, and use the clearing statement.
Torej, in tle pridejo pol ESSE orodja v uporabo, ker pol vprašaš, ok, a bi vse kar to je uničila in razgradila in uporabiš čistilno izjavo.
You ask them if they're willing to, like everything that's coming up, will you change it? And then you can use the clearing statement to clear it away.
In lahko jih vprašate dejansko, ok, vse kar se dviga, bi bila voljna spremeniti to, bi bila voljna pač uničiti in odkreirati to.
Because as you're doing this, your body does start bringing up different energies or different memories or whatever's associated with that trauma or that's holding it in place.
In ko začnete delati dejansko pol vaše telo, and it's coming up again, ko začne vaše telo dejansko dvigne vse te stvari, ki so ostale zaklenjene, jih dvigne pol na površje dejansko v vaše zavedanje, da se sploh zavedate, da je to tam.
Because these are like also, it comes up because this is part of what's creating the dysfunction or the structure not being able to work properly. Is this energy, is this anxiety, is this nervousness, is this kind of freeze that you've locked into your body?
Torej, vsa ta lahko anksioznost, to, kar ste zaklenili v telo, začne prihajati ven, zato ker je del tega, kar ustvarja pol, da je struktura zaklenjena in nespremenljiva v tem času.
So thank you.
I have another question, if I can.
Yes.
Še eno vprašanje.
So, would you say that you are actually like not a healer but observer, because you catch emotions and that's
Torej,
how it got like.
Bi rekel, da nisi zdravilec, ampak bolj opazovalec, na nek način, da ujameš emocije, čustva.
Yeah, I think I would be looking, I would say I'm facilitating the body and changing and healing itself.
Jaz bi rekel, da facilitiram telo, da se spreminja in pozdravi samo.
One more thing. Does it have any correlations with the theory from David Hawkins about like map of consciousness and how the muscle reacts on, if you know anything about it?
Ima to kakšne korelacije z, did you say David Hawkins?
Yes.
Ja, pač s to mapo telesa, zavesti, a veš kaj o temu?
I haven't read anything that he wrote, so I couldn't tell you. Yeah.
Nisem prebral nič, kar je napisal, tako da ti ne bi znal povedati.
Because it explains, sorry.
Well, I was just saying this is where, like you were saying, you're observing it. And so I'm kind of observing it and I'm just asking the body questions. I'm like, okay, what's going on? What do you require? And then as I get the awareness, you know, and it doesn't mean that like I hear it in my head or the body talks to you, but the body talks to you in a different way. Like all of a sudden they're like you're working on someone and they start touching their head. When you're on their feet and you're like, oh, maybe I should go there and work on it. So I go put my hands there and see if that starts to change the energy.
Torej, ko delam s telesom, delam na tak način, da postavljam vprašanja in pol sem prisoten s tem in na podlagi tega tudi roke premikam, zato ker vaše telo dejansko ves čas govori z vami. In recimo zdaj, če nekdo med seanso, da nekdo začne, da si daje roko na glavo, recimo, je mogoče to pol indikacija, da se premakneš tja.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, can you also talk about a little bit of, I will say, like the structure of the class? So, you work on a person, or you demonstrate, and then we work on each other, or?
Yep, we do that pretty much the whole class. That's the class. So we'll show different techniques. I'll show them. I'll do some demos or some demonstrations of it, and then you play with it, and I walk around and kind of assist people in getting a sense of it. Alexandra, you're muted.
Sorry. I guess I'm done. Torej, na kakšen način...
Hočeš, da jaz?
Ne, na kakšen način poteka seminar je, da prvo ja demonstriram, kako naj bi to izgledalo, razne prijeme, in potem se date v pare in delate en na drugemu in se dejansko igrate. In jaz hodim okoli in pač naredim, kar je potrebno.
So after the class, what are those people then? Are they practitioners? Can they
use it?
You can use it like.
Torej, po seminarju postanete praktiki in lahko to orodje uporabljate, oziroma tehniko uporabljate.
And can you use it with other modalities and techniques? Is it
Sure.
like, okay.
Lahko uporabiš to lahko uporabljaš tudi z drugimi modalitetami in tehnikami.
For example, if you're a physical therapist or a massage therapist, does it complement the other tech?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's going to change anything in what you're doing, but it's going to change how you're working with the questions you're asking or what you're being with the body. You might still do the same motions, but will the energy be different?
Torej, kar se bo spremenilo, ni toliko point v tehniki, ampak se sprememba v vaši energiji, v tem, kaj ste s telesi, v vprašanjih, ki jih postavljate, to so te spremembe. In seveda rezultati bojo drugačni zaradi tega.
So, thank you. Does anyone... hvala. Imaš še kdo kakršnokoli vprašanje za Andrewa?
Does anyone have any more questions for Dr.
There was one. Can anybody facilitate ESSE on bodies? What if you're not good at it?
Ali lahko kdorkoli facilitira ESSE na telesih, kaj če nisi dober v tem?
Yes, you can come and you can do it. And even if you don't have any experience, because you have a body, so you know something.
Lahko prideš in pač poskusiš, zato ker lahko to delaš, ker če imaš telo, pol nekaj že veš, ne?
And that's kind of the point of taking the class and coming, is to learn how to do this and learn how to communicate with your body. I mean, if you've already decided you're not good at it before you even start, how are you going to learn anything? In
bistvo seminarja je v tem dejansko, da se naučiš, ker če si se že odločil, da ne znaš delati s telesom, dejansko si pol zapreš pot do učenja.
Hi, Andrew. We have one question from Croatia.
Okay.
Okay. So, is it possible to work on it on a what's the word? Ozljeda.
Injury.
Injury. For example, at the soccer game, at the football game. So.
Ali je mogoče delati na poškodbi, recimo po nogometni tekmi?
So, like at the game, like right after the injury?
Yes, at the game. Yeah.
Aha, na tekmi, takoj po.
Yeah, if you were at the game.
Med tekmo.
While you were playing soccer or something, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's many times where I've like had stuff work, like when I used to wrestle, I would get worked on right after, like if I strain or sprain something. I wish I had this then, because I would have just started working on myself right away.
Ker Andrew, če ne, je bil wrestler?
Profesionalni rokoborec.
Rokoborec. In pravi, da če bi imel takrat to orodje, bi pač že takoj delu na kjerkoli je že bila poškodba ali trauma.
Because you can start working on that. And a lot of the times the injuries occur because the body's not, like the fascial system, the body isn't like feeling well anyways to start with.
Ker velikokrat se poškodbe zgodijo, zato ker že v štartni točki se telo ne počuti dobro in dejansko fascija ni v dobrem stanju.
Because what we talk about with ESSE too is a lot of the times, like after the class, you just have this presence with your body, you have this lightness with your body.
Ker po ESSE-ju, po seminarju imate to prisotnost v telesu in s telesom in lahkotno telesom.
So it was like, as I was an athlete, there was just days where I just had this lightness with my body and I can like do anything and everything was working right.
So bili dnevi, recimo, ko sem jaz bil športnik, ko sem imel to lahkotnost s telesom in karkoli sem delal, je bilo, vse je izpadlo prav.
But then there's also those days where I was kind of like off, like nothing worked right, and I was kind of I had this heaviness with my body.
In so bili dnevi dejansko, ko je bilo vse na off in sem imel to težost v telesu in s telesom in nič ni delovalo prav.
So, So, for example, if you're a massage therapist for professional athletes and you're working with them, so that would also create for the athletes and for the massage therapist to create maybe less injuries with his or her athletes, clients.
Recimo, če si masiran pa kakršenkoli terapeut, če delaš na športniku, bi to posledično ustvarilo oziroma preprečilo poškodbe s telesom.
Because if the body's functioning properly, if the fascial system has this flexibility to it, if everything's not knotted up and tight, then even if you're injured, the body kind of has more room and space to be flexible with it.
Ker recimo imate, če je fascialno tkivo bolj sproščeno, za reči, in da ima več prostora za delovanje, in tudi če pride do poškodbe, dejansko ni takoj impakta, zato ker ni telo že v štartu zakrčeno, ampak ima več prostora tudi na odziv.
So, besides you're lessening the injuries, is it also enhancing the performance of the athlete?
Poleg tega, da zmanjšuješ poškodbe, je tudi izboljšanje
nastopa, oziroma
je to izboljšanje nastopa, lahko tudi izboljšate nastop športnika.
Njegovo formo, kako se reče, kondicijo, nastop.
Nastop.
Yeah.
Nastop.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, Alexandra, after you had that work done, did you have a greater ease with your body and moving around and running and all, anything else you did?
Yes. Yes. It was, boš ti me prevajala, Marja, ali pa lahko, okay. So actually it was right after body class, after first day of body class.
Pravzaprav je bilo to, ta tvoja seansa se je zgodila takoj po prvem dnevu delavnice, 3-dnevne delavnice v telesnih procesih.
And when I stepped down the massage table,
ko sem se stopila iz masažne mize, oziroma ko sem šla dol iz masažne mize,
I truly was floating.
Sem resnično lebdela.
And I floated straight to my bed.
In sem odlebdela naravnost do moje postelje.
No, bad, because I needed deeper because for the first time, this is the excitement I'm talking about. Do you want to translate?
Okay, to je vznemirjenje, o katerem sem govorila, oziroma to navdušenje, ker prvič v življenju, to je bilo to sproščenost, ta sproščenost, o tej sem govorila tudi.
Not for the first time, but for the first time after a long, long time that I was like, oh my God, I can breathe.
Prvič po dolgem času sem bila tako, da lahko prvič končno zadiham.
Yeah.
Še kaj?
From my part, that will be all.
So everyone that is interested in the class, we are cordially inviting you, and we're really happy. The class is in Bledu on the 14th and 15th of October.
Torej, seminar ESSE bo v Sloveniji na Bledu 14. in 15. oktobra. In vas lepo vabimo, si rekla to, ne?
In lahko se prijavite v bistvu na ta e-mail, na katerega ste se prijavili za ta brezplačni Zoom dogodek, bomo vam potem tudi razposlali vsa navodila oziroma vse informacije v zvezi, kako se prijaviti na delavnico, s ceno in vse informacije, ki jih potrebujete. Lahko se tudi potem obrnete na nas in za več vprašanj. I was explaining the logistics of the class.
I think there might be some questions came in the chat too. I don't know if those are.
Yeah. So can we do something if there was a bone fracture on the hand? And in the hospital they were mistreating the bone, so they didn't grow right, like they didn't grow together right.
Torej, ali lahko naredimo kaj, če je bila poškodba na kosti na roki in da so v bolnišnici dejansko niso pravilno oskrbovali te poškodbe?
And it's been a year since then, and the hand doesn't have any more flexibility.
In minilo je 1 leto od tega in roka dejansko nima fleksibilnosti.
Yes, this is something that you can use to change that, to assist with it, changing it.
Ja, to je nekaj, kar lahko uporabiš, da dejansko pomagaš pri spremembi tega.
Torej, vsi, ki vas zanima, ne samo za svoje kliente, lahko tudi zase, če se ne ukvarjate s tem profesionalno, lahko to naredite zase, obiščete delavnico, razvajate svoje telo, 2 dni na prelepem Bledu, na čudovitem Bledu se še vaše telo poleg razvajanja še lahko uživa v prelepi naravi. Tako da vabljeni. And Andrew, it's your first time in Slovenia as well, right?
Andrew, to je tvoj prvikrat si v Sloveniji?
So, do you want to say anything to the participants?
No, if it's something that you're interested in, if it's something that you're trying to, come play.
Če je nekaj, kar vas interesira, če je nekaj, kar vas dejansko pritegne, pojdite se priti igrati.
Dobro. So thank you, Andrew, for this awesome conversation and everything you've shared with us.
Torej, Andrew, hvala za ta odličen pogovor in vse, kar si delil z nami.
And
thank you everyone for coming on, and I hope to see you when I'm in Slovenia.
Yay!
Hvala vsem, ki ste prišli in upam, da se vidimo, ko bomo v Sloveniji.
Tako, hvala lepa vsem za vašo pozornost. Informacije dobite po e-mailu in lep večer še naprej. Upam, da boste uživali s svojim telesom, da smo ustvarili takšen prostor, ki boste lahko nadaljevali sedaj v užitku s svojim telesom. Se vidimo, upajmo na delavnici. Nasvidenje. Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.